Welcome to NeoRide. Everyone's chasing flashy EVs and oversized SUVs, but Toyota just launched something quietly different. The 2026 Corolla Cross doesn't scream for attention, yet it might solve more real-world problems than cars costing thousands more. It's positioned as a small SUV, but it borrows reliability from the Corolla name, adds new tech for 2026, and targets buyers who want less drama and more value. The surprising part, in key areas, it challenges rivals that are newer, louder, and supposedly more advanced. So, is this just another safe Toyota? Or the smartest compact SUV choice? Most people are overlooking this year. Let's break it down. The 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross sits in one of the most competitive segments in the US. Right now, the compact SUV space, where practicality matters more than bragging rights. Toyota didn't design this car to turn heads in a parking lot. Instead, it's aimed squarely at buyers who want Corolla-level dependability, a higher driving position, and SUV versatility without the size, price, or fuel penalty of a larger vehicle. The Corolla name carries decades of trust, especially with commuters, small families, and first-time buyers. The Corolla Cross takes that familiar DNA and stretches it into an SUV shape, more cargo room, easier entry, available all-wheel drive, and updated tech that reflects how people actually drive and live today. For 2026, Toyota has refined the formula with subtle design updates, IMP, ROVE, infotainment, and efficiency tweaks that matter in daily use, not just on paper. What makes this launch important is timing. Compact SUVs are more expensive than ever, and many rivals are leaning hard into complexity turbo engines, aggressive styling, and tech that sounds impressive, but can frustrate owners long-term. Toyota's taking a different approach here, betting that simplicity, reliability, and smart features still win with mainstream buyers. The big question is whether that strategy still holds up in 2026. Does the Corolla Cross do enough to stand out when buyers have more choices and higher expectations than ever before? This is where the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross starts to show its personality and is more layered than you might expect from a car with such a calm reputation. Visually, Toyota hasn't gone radical, but the updates are noticeable. The front end looks sharper and more confident, with slimmer headlights and a grille that gives the Corolla Cross a wider, more planted stance. On the road, it feels less like a lifted Corolla and more like a purpose-built compact SUV. The proportions are tidy, easy to judge in tight parking lots, and approachable for drivers who don't want something bulky or intimidating. It has the kind of vehicle you can picture in a suburban driveway during the week and loaded with groceries, backpacks, or weekend gear. By Friday night, step inside, and the cabin continues that theme of quiet improvement. Materials feel solid and thoughtfully chosen, not flashy, but durable and clean. The dashboard layout is simple and driver-friendly, with a larger, clearer infotainment screen for 2026 that finally feels modern without being overwhelming. Menus are easy to understand. Buttons are where you expect them to be, and visibility is excellent in all directions. This is a space designed to reduce stress, especially during daily commutes or long highway drives. When it comes to performance, the Corolla Cross isn't trying to impress with speed, it's focused on smoothness and predictability. Acceleration is adequate for merging and city driving, and the ride quality is tuned for comfort rather than sharp handling. Over a rough pavement, it stays composed, soaking up bumps without feeling floaty. Available all-wheel drive adds confidence in bad weather, making it appealing to buyers in colder or wetter regions without forcing everyone else to pay for it. Fuel efficiency remains one of its strongest cards in real-world driving. The Corolla Cross feels optimized for consistency rather than peak numbers, meaning fewer stops at the gas station and less frustration over fluctuating mileage. For many buyers, that reliability is more valuable than shaving a second off a 0 to 60 run. Technology is where Toyota has clearly paid attention to feedback. The infotainment system is quicker, the screen is easier to read at a glance, and smartphone integration feels seamless rather than tacked on. Safety tech is comprehensive, with driver assist features that work quietly in the background instead of constantly interrupting you. It's not flashy tech, but it's tech that earns trust over time. Of course, there are trade-offs. You're expecting sporty acceleration or bold interior drama. This isn't that kind of SUV. Some rivals feel more exciting during a short test drive, but the Corolla Cross seems engineered for something else. Entirely long-term ownership, daily usability, and consistency. And that sets up the real question. When you stop looking at spec sheets and start thinking about real life, does the Corolla Cross quietly make more sense than its louder competitors? This is the moment where expectations collide with reality, and the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross quietly delivers its biggest surprise. On paper, nothing here looks thrilling, but in real-world driving, the Corolla Cross flips the script. In stop-and-go traffic, it feels immediately cooperative. No hesitation, no jerky responses, just smooth, predictable movement that makes daily driving easier than you realize. When merging onto the highway, it doesn't surge forward aggressively, but it builds speed cleanly and confidently. Exactly the way most drivers actually use their cars. There's a calm competence here that many turbocharged rivals simply don't have. Push it a bit harder on winding roads, and something unexpected happens. It stays composed. Body roll is controlled. Steering is light but accurate, and the suspension feels tuned for stability rather than excitement and that works in its favor. You're not fighting the car. You re-trusting Italiano. That's the turning point. The Corolla Cross isn't trying to entertain you for 5 minutes. It's trying to support you for 5 years. Then there's the quietness. At highway speeds, road and wind noise are impressively subdued for this class. Conversations don't require raised voices. Long drives feel less tiring than expected. It's here that the Corolla Cross starts to outperform louder, more aggressive competitors that promise excitement but deliver fatigue instead. The real shock comes when you step back and look at the whole picture. While rivals chase horsepower numbers, flashy screens, and edgy styling, the Corolla Cross delivers something rarer. Consistency. It doesn't spike your adrenaline, but it also doesn't let you down. Every control feels familiar. Every feature works the way you expect. And in a segment full of compromises, that reliability becomes the Corolla Cross's most powerful advantage. So here, that's the bottom line on the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross. This ISNT, a car that tries to win you over with excitement. It wins with trust. Its biggest strengths are also its clearest message. The Corolla Cross delivers a comfortable ride, strong fuel efficiency, intuitive technology, and the kind of predictable reliability that has made Toyota a default choice for millions of American drivers. It's easy to drive, easy to live with, and easy to recommend. The updated interior and refined road manners for 2026 show that Toyota is listening, even if the changes are evolutionary rather than dramatic. That said, it's not perfect. Performance is adequate, not thrilling. Design is clean, but conservative. And if you're looking for cutting-edge tech or sporty handling, there are rivals that push harder in those areas. But those same rivals often trade long-term dependability for short-term excitement, and that S with a Corolla Cross draws a clear line. This SUV is best suited for commuters, small families, first-time buyers, and anyone who values peace of mind over performance, bragging rights. It's also a smart pick for buyers who want an SUV without the size, cost, or complexity creeping into the segment. In today's US market, where prices are rising and vehicles are getting increasingly complicated, the Corolla Cross feels like a return to common sense. More importantly, it hints at a shift. Not every car needs to be extreme. There's still space for vehicles that prioritize usability, efficiency, and durability, and if more automakers follow this path, buyers stand to win. So the real question isn't whether the Corolla Cross is exciting, that's whether this kind of smart, no-nonsense SUV is exactly what most drivers need right now. What do you think? Would you choose this over its flashier rivals? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this breakdown helped, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for more honest car reviews.